You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Happening now at 6, covering the entire DMV. A woman killed by an ex-boyfriend in Virginia. The suspect driving to Maryland after a frantic 911 call. What we know about that case. And steep fines on Metro. How much you'll be charged starting this week if you skip paying to ride the rails and the bus.
And the St. Patrick's Day weekend, holiday weekend here, start off with lots of sunshine. Kind of continue into your Sunday. We'll show you the St. Patrick's Day forecast coming up in just a bit.
We're feeling lucky. Thank you, Sky. Cherry blossom craze. DC lit up in pink as Pink Bloom nears and the annual festival soon begins. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6 this Saturday evening. I'm Ben Dennis. New tonight, DC Fire and EMS say that 3 adults, 1 child are without a home after a fire in Northwest that happened this afternoon. We're told it happened on New Hampshire Avenue around 1:45. Force responders said the fire was confined to the basement of this 2-story home. Fire's under control. No reported injuries. The Red Cross is helping those who are displaced. Over in Fairfax County, police say a woman was shot and killed by her ex-boyfriend outside of her job in Annandale. It happened yesterday afternoon in the parking lot of Inova Fairfax Medical Center. We're told the woman called police while she was inside her car, telling dispatchers her ex-boyfriend was blocking her from leaving. Authorities said after she was shot while on the phone with 911. Police say the man drove off and Prince George's County police arrested him a short time later. Police have not released his name, but the victim did have a restraining order against him. Tough story. Their time is 6:01. Turning now to your forecast. There's plenty to look at in the hours and days ahead. We're feeling lucky with this forecast, Sky.
Well, you know, the luck of the Irish, as they say. We'll hopefully get a little bit more in the way of some sunshine, although I'm being a little pessimistic, I think, going forward with more clouds around. But we'll get into that in just a moment. Today's high, 66 degrees. That's not bad. Yeah, that's 10 degrees warmer than the average of 56. Morning low was, 9 degrees warmer than the average low. Record 87. Set back in 1945, record low 14 in 1911. Right now we're sitting at 65 degrees under partly cloudy skies here in Roslyn and elsewhere across the region. Annapolis at 59, Lexington Park at 57. We're looking at 60s though further inland away from the water. Orange at 68, Luray, Woodstock also 68 degrees, Hagerstown 62, and Frederick coming in at 66 degrees. We'll see those temperatures that are in the 60s now slide eventually into the 50s once we hit that mid-evening point, and then straight through till the wee hours of the morning. It looks like here in the district we're going to stay into the lower 50s here, or possibly a few upper 40s as we widen out the view. The reason why I'm a little bit pessimistic tomorrow, this front's going to be moving through overnight tonight and will bring some more clouds in than we are currently seeing across the area, so we'll watch for that. But in the meantime, the Metrocast, at least tonight, looks pretty good and dry. 60 at 7, 55 at 9 p.m., 53 at 11 p.m. at the National Harbor here. Those are the temperatures expected. We'll talk about temperatures for St. Patrick's Day and your full 7-day forecast right around the corner. Ben.
Looking forward to it, Scott. Thanks. In Maryland, the majority of sorority and fraternity organizations at the University of Maryland College Park are off suspension. That's according to an announcement from the school yesterday. Officials say that 5 chapters are still under investigation. It started on March the 1st when the university announced the suspension while investigating alleged hazing incidents. DC News Now's Yamari Sase covers Prince George's County and has the details.
Now, despite the news coming on the last day before spring break, several Greek Life members told me off camera that they were excited about the suspension being lifted, and they're hoping everything will go back to normal. Greek Life at the University of Maryland is back. On Friday, the university announced the suspension has now been lifted after 2 weeks. On March 1st, UMD officials announced they were investigating misconduct after reports of unsafe activities. 32 Greek Life organizations could no longer have any social or recruitment activities. The suspension led to 4 of the fraternities filing a lawsuit against the school on Wednesday, alleging the investigation is unlawful. Now, despite the suspension now being lifted, 5 fraternities still remain under investigation. In a statement, the university says it's due to a result of evidence suggesting involvement in hazing or other incidents that threaten the health and safety of our campus community. These chapters will continue to be subject to limited restrictions on their activities while the investigation continues. In addition, individual students will also be referred to the Office of Student Conduct for potential violations of the Code of Student Conduct. Now, there will be a hearing for this investigation on Monday, and the university says they are looking at new strategies to report hazing and also improve communication with their Greek life on campus. Now, we did reach out to several Greek organizations, but did not get a comment just yet. For now, reporting in College Park, Maryland, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
All right, thanks to Yamari. Staying in Maryland, investigators are looking into a crash that killed 2 horses, hurt 3 people, including a state trooper. The crash happened yesterday on I-70 near New Market. State police say the horses ran out of their enclosures onto the highway and hit by several cars. Investigators say that another driver hit a state trooper who stopped to help. Meantime, the Frederick County Sheriff's Office says that this was the 2nd time horses escaped this week. And the blossoms are officially in stage 5 of 6 in D.C. That's when you can see the white puffs starting to come out for the cherry blossom trees. We got a chance to get out with the crowds and see them. Leonard and Fleming went to the tidal basin to get a closer look.
Oh, it's been a totally beautiful, beautiful day, and the crowds have been pretty much large and super steady. As you can kind of see people walking through here, and they're coming from as far away as Texas and New York to take in the cherry blossoms just before they hit. As you can see here, before they hit, it's peak bloom, and these puffy white blossoms, they are the rave.
It just makes me happy.
Christine Center has seen cherry blossoms in Japan, but DC's, even not quite in bloom, make her smile, she says.
I love it. They're so beautiful, and we've walked the entire tidal basin.
Across the tidal basin to the up close and personal view of the white blossoms, people took pictures and strolled to enjoy the moment. Cherry blossom lovers had to get some sort of a glimpse of the quiet before the storm, with larger crowds expected in the coming days.
I didn't think I was going to be able to see anything at first because I knew it was in the early stages.
Miss Joyner says she came down with her dog to relax under one of the cherry blossom trees.
We got just enough of the cherry blossoms, and if you can get under the right tree where they're a little more blossom, you can get a nice picture.
And that's what so many did, using their cameras at many angles to get their best shot. Peter McCullough says he wanted to get a sneak peek before full bloom.
We've usually come during the peak. This time we came a little early. It's actually nice to see the weather change so soon.
It's just lovely to have these cherry blossoms here. I mean, this is the reason I came to DC.
The National Park Service said we are very, very close to full bloom, which is stage 5. That's how they describe it. And I promise you, I did not wear the red to match with the cherry blossoms today. Reporting in the tidal basin, Leonard and Fleming, DC News Now. Back to you.
Our thanks to Leonard. Continuing our coverage of the cherry blossoms tonight, our Tosin Fakile had the chance to sit down with the president of the National Cherry Blossom Festival. She'll have more on what you can expect as thousands of people continue to flock to D.C. Plenty of fun. And on the move, a reminder, starting Monday, people who refuse to pay for a metro in D.C. could face a fine of up to $100 or risk being arrested. Up until now, Metro Transit police officers could only ask someone to pay the fare or leave the station. Well, the update is part of the newly signed Secure D.C. crime bill and only applies to metro stations in the district. Under the new D.C. law, anybody who refuses to provide their true name and address could be arrested and face up to a $100 fine for failing to comply. In Maryland and Virginia, skipping fares already carries a $100 fine. And Target is launching a new service to compete with Amazon and Walmart free shipping. We're comparing the services to see which has the best perks to help you stretch your dollar. Target Circle 360 will include unlimited same-day delivery for orders over $35. That program launches April the 7th. New members will get it for $49. Target's existing perks program already has 100 million members. There could be some interest here. Let's break down Target's offer with Amazon and Walmart. You'll need a Target Circle credit card to get Circle 360 for $49 a year after the initial launch. Then it's $99 without. Amazon Prime and Walmart Plus don't require a company card. Walmart Plus typically costs $98 a year. Prime, $139. It's unclear if Target will offer a 30-day free trial for Circle 360. Prime and Walmart Plus, they have a 1-month trial currently. And we also found that Walmart Plus and Amazon Prime cost half the price for SNAP, Medicaid, and other qualifying government assistance recipients.